Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games while talking game design, and we're playing Xydonia!
For the second time. This time giving you a shot and letting me do a little talking because it's a little hard to talk and play this one at the same time.
I imagine this game is going to go nowhere. I'm going to do terribly.
Oh man, if you do bad, that'll be the one time I could be like, I'm better than Nathan at something.
Yeah.
Even though I practiced this one, so I
cannot
can't say
not pick the guy with the gold chain.
Dude, right? Although, to be honest, my favorite is probably Yoko. Because she has these, like, kind of homing lasers, which is really, really nice since you don't have to think about where they're...
Yeah.
Not quite. I mean, she doesn't shoot as frequently as the others, so she doesn't have as much firepower.
Is what it said. Okay.
So, Tyrone is cool because he gets those little buzzsaws, so it sort of forms a protective barrier.
Yeah, those are unreliable.
Yeah, for the most part, but...
Boom. That's it, right there. Shooting up and down, that's the way to go. Pow. All right, let's do this. Oh, and extra lives, please. Thank you, Miss Carolang.
I really wonder how they plan on unlocking abilities in characters in this game.
I really hope it's like the assistants, like you pick them up in space. like they're just kind of like floating around.
You blast them out of one of these robots, and you're like, ah, hey, look, I found someone. I mean, that would be kind of a fun way to do it. That would be almost Star Fox-esque in a way. Not that you could unlock characters in Star Fox, but you find like hidden paths in the game, you know. And Star Fox is what I think I've heard described as a like tunnel shooter, where it's like mostly like a rail shooter, except you get a little bit of freedom of movement, you know.
Yes.
So they could do that in Xydonia, where like just like you said, you shoot the right thing. Or, you know, you stay at the right part of the screen during, you know, a certain transition, and you could take a different path and find a character. I think that would be really cool, actually. I think that would give this game a lot more depth than it has now.
Yeah, I think. Oh, really? Man. Yeah, the sharp turns in this. I think that, yeah, like, way to pull off alternate paths would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. It definitely wouldn't follow that retro feel as much.
Jeez, man, the tiny movements.
Yeah, it's definitely unforgiving. Once you get used to it, it starts being a lot better, but I like that when you do the continue to, it gives you a little boost to be like, there you go.
Well, that's absolutely necessary because
most of the time at this point in the game, you probably would...
You would just die. You would just... Like, you have none of your upgrades, you have to fight the harder enemies, stuff like that.
And I was telling you this off camera, too, is that Xydonia is very much one of those games, too, where... You know, when you're doing well, you keep doing really well until you lose it accidentally, right? If you make one minor mistake.
Yeah, and then you lose it all, and then you're suddenly not doing so well.
But when you're fully upgraded, then you just start kicking ass. Oh, so you have your burst totally charged, and I don't know what it does. Nice.
I guess it varies per character.
Yeah, that must be a unique thing per character, which is actually pretty cool. I think it helps justify having diverse characters in this game, too.
I'm gonna get close, shoot you with the triple. Shoot you with the triple laser.
Triple laser.
Ah, crap.
Single laser.
Now I'm back up, because I only got single laser.
Now, the one thing I think that the boss battles could use is some way to get those upgrades after you've lost them. Whether it's like, maybe he shoots a projectile you can destroy, and occasionally it'll have an upgrade in it. Once again, Star Fox does that a lot, too. Not to say that this game is anything like Star Fox, but I think there's a lot of things you can learn from that game.
Son. Yeah,
because it's a similar design philosophy, you know?
It's like a typical bosses in a lot of games, especially older ones, is they would put enemies that would also join the boss, but those would have the chance of, like, you know, having those upgrades that you're looking for, which... works out, and at the same time, that makes sense because, yeah, you know, why wouldn't the boss have some underlings join him in the fight? Oh no, it turns out that they dropped an upgrade. Like, that makes sense. The thing that always bothered me in certain boss fights is when you had to, like, use a certain part of the stage or something to beat the boss, and it just didn't fit, and we're like, why is this barrel here? It doesn't even, like, it's like the boss purposely put it in so he could lose to you.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Yeah, especially if it's like the weapon they're using to try to like hurt you is, or they do something that like, you see this with a lot of flying monsters or bosses in games where like they'll swoop down and then they'll like try to bite you or something, but that's the opportunity you have to kill them.
And you're like, why does he keep doing that?
Yeah, like if you just stayed in flight and kept raining fire on me, I would die.
Yep.
So,
and luckily, a lot of shoot 'em ups don't need to do that. They can just rely on good old shooting the thing that you're trying to kill.
Absolutely.
Good thing I have the sissy. It's really good that I have the little cyclical things following me. Because at that moment, I did not realize that there's somebody coming up from behind me.
See, they are useful.
Yeah.
The upgrades in this game are interesting too because they come in two different forms. You get the power upgrades, which are the little like things with the wings, the logos with the wings, and that upgrades your main gun. And then you get those like brick breaker kind of bars.
The thing that I just missed are
those things right there. It is capsule-like things, and those are called options. And basically, that's how you get more of those buzzsaws, or that's how I get with the other guy. That's how I would get more of those like side cannons.
And these orange things are just multipliers, I'm assuming.
I think so. I think those are the things that increase your burst, which yours is full right now, by the way. Just so you knows. Oh, now you could use it on the boss. I haven't seen how effective it would be on a boss.
Just kills him, like just immediately.
I wonder if you're invincible while you're using it. I doubt it.
I think I actually am.
It would be cool. You should use it.
Oh, that.
Well, now you lost it.
Oh, because I die.
Yeah, I kind of wish you kept at least that much between dying. Like, you could lose it if you run out of lives, But, I don't know.
Take that. Yeah.
I do like that they separate the upgrades, though, into two separate components. I think it helps, helps the player prioritize what they're looking for.
It diversifies the upgrades as well, so you're not just getting like one thing all the time.
Now, what would be interesting is if they have multiple types of options that you could pick up, which I know is popular with a lot of shmups, but usually what happens is if you pick up one of one type, it'll replace whatever you have if it doesn't match.
So then you just start trying to pick up the same of that original thing that you had, like, oh man, I'm gonna ignore the bullets because I want more lasers.
To be honest, I've never really been a fan of that design because I feel like once you get one of one color, you basically never want to pick up the other color. And it kind of like forces the experience to an extent where, if you accidentally pick up another color, like by accident, it just kind of feels like you made a mistake, and it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it ruins some of the experience. So I like that, in this they only have one option.
That is nice.
So if there were multiple options, I would hope that it would be like you can kind of mix and match them. Especially since they're peripherals on your ship, I feel like it would only make sense to be able to mix and match them. Oh, nice, you did it.
I mean, I'd use like 8 continues to do it, but I got none. I got none things.
I totally
Those remind me of Mega Man 8. I think it was 8. Where you could, or maybe it was 7. It was one of the two. You could pick up bolts and like spin them.
Round. Let's bounce.
Warping to the next zone. Stay sharp, folks. I'm the only one out here.
Yeah, I definitely see what you mean, though, how it reminds you of Mega Man. Good old classic score screens. So I wonder, I guess they have the score system in this game because it's very much like the retro thing, right? But I wonder if they're going to do anything with the final release of this game. I guess it's dependent on if they get it on Steam or wherever they try. But if they hook it up to some kind of server or network and you can compare like daily scores, like,
oh yeah, they'd have to do like a score of the day. K77 totally whooped you, by the way.
Whatever, man.
Whoever that guy is, all right?
I mean, you also beat this a whole minute faster than me. Let's check out Yoko. I already am forgetting their names.
Yoko, man. She broke up the band.
I don't think it's Yoko.
I think it is.
Is it really?
I think so.
Yoko. Oh, did it, Chris. Nailed it.
All right. So got those. All right, that's cool. And then, I'm gonna do the weird one. I'm gonna do C or whatever this one is. Yeah. Boom.
Cool. Well, we're gonna hold on 1 second. We're gonna reset the camera real quick.
Okie dokie.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that, folks.
What is this C? C does nothing. Okay.
Yeah. What actually triggered the burst? Was it Z?
I think so. I don't remember anymore. I'll be honest. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of retro style games tend to use those controls where it's like arrow keys to move and then X and Z as your like A and B buttons. I wonder if they have any plans on supporting gamepad. I suppose they might say on their Kickstarter what their final plans are, which I should have looked at. You guys can look at too.
We're gonna make the viewers do all the work.
Yeah, but see how her cannons just kind of like hone in on a target?
Yeah, dude, it is easy mode. It is. I don't even have to move anymore. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's sort of easy mode, but...
What did I get hit by? Dang it! Everything's gone and I hate everything.
Terrible.
Oh, man.
But I think those homing lasers don't deal as much damage. So it's easy in the sense that you don't have to pay as much about where your shots are going. But I do think it will mean that you kill less because it not only shoots less frequently, but I think it's less powerful too. So it's a trade-off. So in a way, it's sort of easy mode for players that may need that extra aiming assistance.
Oh, I found the thing.
Oh, what was that?
You press C.
It lets you target?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I think it does let you choose your target. I mean, really, it's probably just toggling between targets, but I bet that will be important for bosses, if, like, a boss has multiple locations to shoot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it only happens when I have the laser. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it even says lock on the target. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Ah.
Okay, well, we don't have to fight this guy again. I did want to just check out and see how she plays.
Wait. Huh?
That might... Okay, there we go.
Xydonia. I love that. I love it.
Yeah, no, their sound design in this game, we should have talked a little bit more about their sound design, but it's spectacular for portraying the retro stuff.
These guys.
So, final thoughts on Xydonia?
Oh, it's a blast. I'm totes in.
I've already backed their Kickstarter, so I'm super excited about the finished product. But
absolutely. I want to see more stuff. I'm excited to see more stuff, but yeah, the build's pretty solid as is already. So,
style is spot on. They really nailed it.
Absolutely. Yep. But just the only thing I could say is in the future for when it comes out is just make sure that there's enough content to keep the game, worth playing.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever's going on here.
Black screen.
Well, guys.
Question of the day?
Question of the day.
What kind of characters would you make for this game? What kind of shooting patterns?
Different abilities. Yeah. I would be the teddy bomber from Cowboy Bebop.
Just launch teddy bears?
Teddy bears that explode in spectacular fashion. Way bigger explosions than they have ever right to have. That's what I would do.
I like that.
Yep.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to give this video a like or subscribe if you like this stuff. And if you have any games that you want us to play in the show, let us know or send us a game. But either way, we're all ears.
Send me games.
Terrible. Don't send him games. Don't send him games.
Bye.
We'll make him play bad games. Bye, everyone.